everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On the first episode, I took you all through battery and assault, but that is in the past now. Welcome to Legal Monday. Today I'll be talking about title. Title in the context of property law. Property is classified into two main categories: the real property and the personal property. The personal property is the kind of property when the owner is dispossessed of the property. The one who has dispossessed the owner could decide to pay back the value for the property or return back the property. Real property, on the other hand, are properties that are immovable. If you dispossess the owner of it, you have to return back the property. They include land, buildings because anything attached to land forms part of the land. Personal properties include your television, whatever property that a person is capable of owning. I'll be talking about title in relation to real property, not personal property. Title is the aggregate of all facts through which ownership and possession is inferred. I know you have probably heard someone said, I have good title. No, your title is bad. You have bad title. Since ownership and possession are two important terms in the definition of title, I'd like to talk about these two terms separately. Ownership. No legal individual will define ownership without referring to the case of Abraham against Olorunfunmi. Nobody. However, I'll be making the definition so simple and easy to understand, because that is the point of this video. Ownership is an absolute right that a person has over a property. This right is absolute and is not subject to the right of another person. That is, if someone should say, I have ownership over this piece of land, it means that there is no other person who has a right that is higher than my rights. That means I have the right to do whatever I like with the land. I could decide to use it in a way that is detrimental to me. I could decide to use and enjoy the land in any way that I have chosen. A person could decide to alienate the property. When I talk about alienation is the transfer of interest in a property. It could be absolute or it could be partial. Absolute alienation, that is the total transfer of a person's interest in land to someone else. If you transfer the totality of your interest to someone else, that means you no longer have rights in the property. Example of total alienation of rights is sale of land. The moment you sell your land, you no longer have a right over the land. It now belongs to that person that you have transferred or conveyed your interest to. Gift of land, to gift somebody your land, that is a total alienation. Partial alienation is type of alienation whereby you give up part of your interest to someone else. For instance, in case of lease. Possession is unlike ownership, even though people mostly use them interchangeably in the society. No. In the legal context, they are not the same thing. Possession is a direct physical relationship that a person has to a thing. It means that if you gave someone your pen, the person is in possession of that pen. So, if A gave B his land for the purpose of farming, B is in possession of the land because he has direct physical relationship. Even though B is not the owner of the land, he is in possession. He has possessory rights. However, if A is the owner of the land and is using the land for the purpose of farming, or is the owner of the land, he is also in possession. So, you are in possession when you have direct physical relationship with the land. I'd like you all to know that the law protects the right of a person in possession. Rights which include the right to sue anybody that comes in way of his enjoyment of the land or the building, as the case may be. Even though they may or may not be the owner of the land, a person in possession is presumed to be the owner of the land until proven otherwise. So if there's a building and someone is staying in the building, the person of course is in possession of the building. So yes, everybody must presume that that person that is staying in the building is the owner of the building. Even if it is wrong possession, the right of such person is still protected under the law until someone comes with a better title. If it is a landlord-tenant relationship, which in that case the tenant is in lawful possession because he has the consent of the owner of the building. So if A, the owner of the land, is not in possession but decides to give B possessory rights, he has right to mediate possession because he could decide to terminate the agreement over his property and be in possession. In a nutshell, possession and ownership are not the same thing. Ownership is absolute. I am the owner of this land. I am the alpha and omega of this land. Possession, I may or may not be the owner, but I have direct physical relationship. Yes, that would have been so clear and straight to the point if that is the end of the issue of ownership in Nigeria. However, enactment of the Land Use Act, which is the most important statute when it comes to land matters in Nigeria. Statutes are laws that are statutory, yes, and written by the arm of government which has been given the power to do so. Yes, they are being codified. The Land Use Act, according to section 1, states that land in the state now resides in the governor of the state, who is to hold the land in trust for the people, which means that a person can no longer have allotted title of the land. Allotted title can no longer be the alpha and the omega of any land because it now belongs to the state. Nobody has the right to alienate property without the consent of the governor. Where there is supposed to be a legal mortgage, it is expected that you get the consent of the governor unless such agreement is going to be void. It should be noted that the law will not allow that you use it as an instrument of fraud. Also, the highest right that you can have over a land, the statutory right of occupancy, which is a proprietary right, 99 years. So it has been argued that does that mean that you have absolute right over for 99 years reversed back to the governor, but nobody knows because the Land Use Act has not stayed up to 99 years. On that note, we have come to the end of today's episode of Legal Monday. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe now. If you like this video, please do not forget to hit the thumbs button. Thank you for tuning in today. Bye bye.